Welcome to the second episode of, you guessed it,
The Rodeo Show.
On January 2nd of this year, the internet was graced with a virtual Bob Ross paint night, allowing fans from all over the world to take part and paint together in honor of Bob Ross. Ross, famous for hosting his PBS show The Joy of Painting, coined several catchphrases during his career, including, "There are no mistakes, just happy little accidents." Now, what does this have to do with rodeo? Well, that leads us into perhaps the greatest segue ever written. A synonym for accident is coincidence. And it's no coincidence that one of the many mistakes made by fans of rodeo is incorrectly identifying bullfighters with their arena counterparts, rodeo clowns. Rodeo clowns or barrelmen are the comedic relief during a rodeo performance. Often working in tandem with the announcer, their comedy routines help fill the time between rodeo events. Bullfighters, on the other hand, are cowboy protection specialists, and although they do share some questionable fashion choices with the rodeo clowns, their responsibilities do not overlap. But here at the Rodeo Show, we set out to see what other happy little coincidences were shared between bullfighters and funny men. So we reached out to professional bullfighter Cody Webster and asked him to deliver us his best joke to see if once and for all we can find out if bullfighters are funny.
Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? It's because he wanted to.
Rodeo fans are no stranger to the unplanned chaos following a stray dog suddenly making its presence known. These often tri-colored mutts usually make sure to frustrate rodeo contestants and judges who are unsuccessful attempts to corral the canines often leads to frustration. In order to better prepare you for this scenario, the Rodeo Show has reached out to our barrel racing contacts to give you a comprehensive list of the top 10 dog names of 2022 to shout at a loose dog at the rodeo arena.
And taking the first spot, Dutton. Number 2, Beth.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you're really going to love number 3, Walker. Number 4 is Jimmy. It pays to be humble in life, and even if it doesn't, you'll feel better about it. But a story comes out of Montana this week that proves no matter how good a cowboy you are, there will always be somebody to one-up you. Montana silversmiths recently made the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest belt buckle ever created. It stands 10 feet tall, 14 feet wide, and guess how much it weighs?
I don't know.
1,000 pounds. Captain Obvious was there to ask Montana silversmiths why they felt the urge to create the buckle. They responded, "We want to do something really big."
Wow, can't believe that's in the news. If you watch one segment today, it'll be this one. Jordan Halverson comes up next with the Winnebago Wipeouts.
It says weekly wipeouts.
Winnebago Weekly Wipeouts.
Yeah, you can't read now, check.
Thanks, guys. On this week's Winnebago Weekly Wipeout, we have Willie Wardle, who is paired up with the bull Total Feed's Cup of Joe. So Willie comes out on this bull. Bull is bucking, turns back to the right. Then he gets hung up, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Cody Webster comes in to save him, gets off on his feet, and is out of there. Now, one of the reasons why he hung up to this bull is because he's using that new rosin, Willie Sticky Rodeo Rosin. So if you don't want to come out of your bull rope, I suggest you hit him up and get some of your own. Now back to you guys.
Up next, a local piece. We bring you the Delaware Employee of the Month. David Cook is our winner. David Cook, a warehouse employee, a native of Wichita Falls. David's a veteran and an organ donor. We have Blythe Epp with the story.
It's Epp.
Blythe Epp. Blythe Epp.
I'm here at the Dale Warehouse. It's pretty festive in here after Christmas. New Employee of the Month, David. What's your last name?
Cook.
David Cook is here to explain some of the joys of working in the Dale Warehouse and packaging these orders. What do you think about it, David?
Well, honestly, I really don't give a about half these orders. Y'all can't or it's got the wrong number. I really just
So David, how do you feel about working in the warehouse?
I really don't care about these orders. Half the time wrong. You know, I really
Okay, we're gonna go.
Kevin Reed returns to the studio with a special guest, professional bullfighter Cody Webster. He's going to ask the questions that nobody wants to ask, and you're going to hear the answers that everybody wants to hear. You're not going to miss this one, Cole.
Now with that intro.
Do I go now?
What do you got, Ronnie Dunn?
I don't know who that is.
He called and wanted his shirt back.
Hi, welcome back to Read Between the Lines. I'm your host, Kevin Reed, and today we have Cody Webster. Frank Newsom couldn't make it, so this ought to be all right.
That was terrible.
That was a great introduction.
It was terrible.
Today we have Cody Webster, amateur baseball player, and Frank Newsom wouldn't answer, so glad to have you on. What year did you get your GED?
Next question.
And is that what led to your cotton candy selling career?
Probably. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And do you still use candy to lure children?
Occasionally.
Gotta make money somehow.
Times are tough.
Yeah.
Look at your haircut.
It's a tough haircut.
Next question. Are you nervous? Like, what look like you're about to sweat?
Did you ever set the goal of becoming the most viewed bullfighter on Rodeo Rex?
No, probably not, but sometimes when the ball's getting a little dirty, you get the job done, so.
A lot of big hits.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Do you cry when your wife hits you? And at what point did you start wearing makeup?
Probably about 94.
For a long time then.
Well, 94, I mean.
Pretty long
1994. I mean, I think he was born
time. Shortly after.
2000s, but
99.
okay, my bad.
90s baby here.
Okay.
And where are you from?
What?
Where are you from?
What are you trying to get done? Why are you asking me all these questions?
It's an interview show.
All right. Wayne, Oklahoma.
Is that where Joe Exotic's from also?
No, he is south of there. There's still a few lines there too.
Like on here?
No, lines.
Like the Mason-Dixon?
It'll
line?
eat you.
Oh, lions.
Yeah,
Lions.
lines.
It's a tricky one.
It's a tricky.
And you were a D1 punter for football? That's what Wikipedia says. Is that a true statement?
Check it out on the internet. Internet don't lie.
How much money did you make last year?
Enough to take your mom on a date.
Do you pay taxes?
Nope. No taxes at all. That douche whistle ain't gonna have no battery left. You keep hitting it that way.
Douche whistle. All right. So you recently fought at which AMI finals?
I don't know, like the CRR something.
Somewhere in Oklahoma.
What's it to you?
The people want to know. Doesn't really matter to me.
No, it ain't the camera that's watching.
Well, the people will watch with the camera videos.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It'll be streamed on multiple platforms.
Okay.
Watch
What?
it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube,
Where are you from?
Twitch. What's another one?
Next question.
What do you have to say to the bull riders you couldn't save?
Well, the ones that tried, I saved, but the ones that don't try, they're the ones that might ought to sharpen up their game a little bit. I mean, a little bit of effort goes a long ways, but ride like Willie and might just let him drag around a little while longer.
I didn't have nothing to do with this. Would you say bullfighters are cowboys?
Most definitely. What's the next question? Just kidding.
Jim Shoulders, Lane Frost, and your wife are in an arena with 2 bulls, and you can only save 2 of them. Who's it going to be?
Lane Frost and Jim Shoulders. Smash and take care of herself.
It's a mediocre answer. It's like a happy ending. Hey, this is real life. Who you going to save?
Probably myself first.
Gotta look out for number 1.
Yep.
Pretty selfish.
Yeah.
Cool. And you said you pay taxes.
It's undisclosed information.
And what's the real answer to how much money you made last year?
$75, maybe a couple hot dogs, I don't know.
That's not too bad.
No.
For Amy bullfighter.
That's what I was thinking.
Going every other weekend, you know?
No, not even every other weekend. Like just
When you feel
just when I can get hired. That's usually, most charity events don't pay anything, and then
How much is your pay in when you go fight somewhere?
I usually have to give the producer like a couple $100 just to let me get in the arena. But I mean, it's money.
not
It's
terrible.
money well spent.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a real good time.
Not a bad way to spend a Wednesday night.
No, or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I like going to Applebee's on Thursday.
Yeah. Not much else to do in Oklahoma.
No. Is he going to be in the knocker ball?
Can be.
He's going to be.
I do big interviews now and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever thought about growing your hair out and being a minor league baseball player? There's no watch on that hand. That looked real silly when you did that.
What about that douche whistle?
What about it?
Now what'd you say?
We'll just go to another one because I have so many
Go to the
well-written
next one.
questions. Is it true you became a bullfighter because you couldn't stick it out riding them?
It's true.
It's usually the case.
It's true.
And do you find it like a habit to run away from your problems?
Yeah. What else would you do?
I think Mike Tyson said you could like face him or something like that.
No. That's what winners do.
Oh,
Why are you shaking?
I'm not.
Dale, this kid needs some work.
How many hours of your life do you think you spent like hanging on a fence, like all together, while the other guys are fighting and such?
29 years. Probably, I'd say
Maybe you collected all the minutes together.
somewhere in the ballpark of 24 years worth. Give or take.
Rodeo, cornhole,
Mm-hmm.
the game where you toss the bags.
Yeah.
That one. It's got the hole on the boards. They slide.
Yeah.
Or if you're like good like me, they'll just go straight in that hole. A Mexican fighting bull and Conor McGregor. What do all those things have in common? Tune in next week to Read Between the Lines with Kevin Reed to find out.
Well, it might be cold outside, but there's a few things that you can count on. Death, taxes, and our good friend Dale Brisby will always be the tougher man. Dale's currently taking some time out of his circle to give us a little insight on ranching when it's cold out. Dale, can you hear us?
It's a little windy. Some might call it brisk, but you know.
Looks like you're doing some groundwork there. Seems to be a pretty decent-sized animal you have.
Well, call your eyes work. Been doing some heavy ranching lately. Boone decided to take the day off and go see some of his family in town, so I got this little guy up last night.
Nothing short of impressive. Is there anything you'd like to say to the residents of Winnebago while you have the chance?
If you're gonna whine, go back inside, old son.
Oh, classic Dale. Well, thanks for the news. I'm sure you've got more work to do. We don't want to take any more of your time up. But before you go, is there anything you'd like to say to our younger viewers? Maybe looking to gain a little Dale Brisby wisdom.
Sure, yeah. Always be authentic. And never try to trick people into thinking that you're something that you are or you're working harder than you really are.
Sound wisdom, Dale. We sure do appreciate it, and we hope you have a great day.
Yeah, Cole, you just be sure and not to wrinkle that suit being behind that desk all day. I'll just be out here ranching, old son.
The Louisiana State Penitentiary, home of the why would they make a crazy-looking word like that? The Louisiana State Penitentiary, home of the Angola Prison Rodeo, is tentatively back on the straight and narrow for its April 2022 return. Prison officials commenting that much to the dismay of the inmates, we will not be following the lead of the PRCA and hope to clarify that the breakaway event is still highly frowned upon.
Is that supposed to be funny?
Yeah, it's a joke. Don't you get it? Breakaway. You're in prison.
Today is the 163rd birthday of Woody Harrelson.
Where do you 163? It's not even close.
Should it be Woody Harrelson?
And in team roping news, Trevor Brazil has switched ropes. Up next, it's a touch below tepid today as Thursday temperatures tumble towards totals twice the typical temperament of tempestuous Texans in what they call a truly two-dog night. Leroy Gibbons has the Winnebago update from Guacamole Camp. Leroy?
Thanks, Cole. Hey, why does she get a microphone and I get a hammer? Watch those Herefords, don't let them get me. Yeah. Would you like one? You're making me look stupid. Come here. What does this have in it? It's a great day to be a guacamole. Get out of the hustle and the bustle of town. Watch cows grow their calves. Oh, there they are. What the heck? You're ruining it! Get over here! In the middle of nowhere. Back to you.
Looks pretty enjoyable, doesn't it, Willie?
Looks like a blast.
Bareback rider Chad Rutherford rang in the new year, winning the Texas Ram Circuit Finals for the first time this January. He was also fined $20 after the event for excessive whistling. Congrats on the win, Chad. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Willie, any words of wisdom for today?
Tupac was found alive on Fiji.
That is the dumbest. And before we leave, there are typically two styles of bull ropes, American and Brazilian. The styles differ on both their construction and feel, but recent reports have come in of a possible third style showing up in arenas this spring. Tune in next week as we look to uncover the secrets about the Queen's Royal Harness, otherwise known as the Canadian bull rope.
This is a song for the broken-hearted.
Why are you shaking?
Am I? I'm not. I'll try that again. I'm not.
I'm not.
Well, that leads us into one of the greatest segues ever written.
This is his face.
You can't be doing that the whole time. Is there a camera just on me? Can we edit him out of this? Yeah, so you're just going to be up there the whole time? Yeah.
You go, you get down on your back. You get down on your back.
Oh, are you kidding me, D? Squint your eyes a little bit. There you go.
Angola.
Angola.
Shut up. Not to you to watch. You want me to do it again?
Sure.
I liked it.
You did good.
I liked it.
I thought it was awesome. Yeah.
Okay, we're on to the next one.
It's a wrap.